I'm Angel Hamrick, and this is my Wild Card Book Talk. I decided to do my book talk on Hair for Mama by Kelly A. Tinkham. This book is about a little boy whose mom gets diagnosed with cancer, and due to chemotherapy, she loses all of her hair. I decided on this book because I know there are children out there who have had parents or someone in their family been diagnosed with cancer and has been through the same thing. I also decided on this book because I can connect to it because I was diagnosed with cancer last year. So now I'm going to read Hair for Mama by Kelly A. Tinkham. Hair for Mama, written by Kelly A. Tinkham, illustrated by Amy June Bates. Most folks don't know how important hair is, but I do. Hair has always been important to us Carters, especially in October on Picture Day. I look best in a fade. My sister Yolanda likes braids and beads. Little Stevie and Papa have short hair, natural hairdos. And Mama keeps her hair long and braided, except on Picture Day, when she lops and gathers her braids together like a beautiful black crown. But that changed back in August. Mama got cancer. Mama said cancer was a disease. Some small part inside her was growing too quickly and too big and was crowding out other parts she needed. Sounded to me like the weeds growing in Mama's flower garden, crowding out the marigolds, petunias, and snapdragons. Mama said she would take a medicine called chemotherapy. The medicine worked to stop the cancer from growing, but she might feel sick and tired and lose her crown of hair. All September, I watched Mama brush her hair thinner every day. She said one morning. Seems I'm shedding even more than Sophie. Sophie was our cat. Oh, Mama, I told her, knowing she missed her braids. Even if you lose all your hair, I'll find you more. Mama pointed her brush at me. How you going to do that, Marcus? I don't know, I admitted, but I will. By October, that promise has slipped my mind. Picture Day was coming. Papa had hired Midge Larson to photograph us under the trees at Crawford Park. Mama loved those fire-red maples, blaze orange sassafras, and golden yellow beech. Best trees in Moline County, she always said. But this year, Mama hardly noticed the trees. When I showed her a sugar maple red as a cardinal, she was so tired all she managed to say was, By now her head was bare, and when she smiled, her eyes still looked sad, like mine did last year when my favorite cousin Richie moved to Virginia. I worried even more when Picture Day was 5 days away, and Mama hadn't taken us shopping for clothes. I decided to talk to Yolanda. She was 10, 2 years older than me. Mama's sick, she said, real sick. My promise sneaked into my mind. I couldn't help saying, nothing a little hair won't solve. Yolanda rolled her eyes. It's not that simple, Marcus. Some people don't get better. Mama will, I said. She's taking medicine. She'll get better. That Monday night, I asked Mama about Picture Day. She felt queasy and was resting on the chair while Papa cooked supper. Her face was puffy and pale. We'll have pictures, she says, squinting at me. But I don't think I want to be in 'em. Me with no hair. I don't have the heart to see a picture of myself with no hair. Yolanda dropped her book and leaned on Mama's chair. It won't be the same without you, she pleaded. You can wear it gilly. No one will ever know you're bare underneath. I'll know I have no hair. Mama got a faraway look in her eyes, and she said, I don't want to be remembered that way. It didn't seem right, Mama not being in the pictures. I'll find your hair, I told her. Yolanda rolled her eyes again. Mama didn't say anything. She only smiled and went back to dozing. All the next day I kept my thinking cap buckled, working on finding hair. After school, Mama took us shopping at DeWitt's department store. "You go on ahead," she said. "I'll be along shortly." We headed straight for toys, though we didn't make it that far. I stopped at the Halloween aisle. It was full of costumes, masks, and something else. "Look," I said. "Hair! Wigs of hair!" Yolanda and I snatched several. "Try these on," I told Mama. "I don't know." She hesitated until even Yolanda begged. After looking around, Mama knelt and took her hat off. I helped pull a wig on her head. "Well," she said, "am I beautiful?" "Too red." I laid the doll hair down. Yolanda tried witch hair. "Too gray." The scarecrow hair was too pokey, and the clown wig too colorful. Seemed the afro was the closest to Mama's real hair, but not quite right either. I was about to try another when Mama took my hands in hers. "Marcus, Mama can't wear these costume wigs. I don't feel like myself in them. I feel like a striped tiger dressing up in spots. Do you understand what I'm saying?" I nodded. Inside, my heart felt tighter than the knots Papa made when he tied my shoes. I knew if I was to find hair Mama would wear, it would have to be something special. The weeks slipped by. Soon it was Friday evening before picture day, and knots in my stomach were harder than ever. Mama was worn out all the time, but I couldn't sleep. Finally, I drifted off that night praying for a double miracle, that Mama would be in the family pictures and get better. Next morning, the sunrise set the trees on fire with color. Mama fixed Yolanda's braids. Papa used a pick on his and Stevie's stews. But I wasn't a bit closer to finding hair for Mama. After breakfast, Papa dropped me at the barber shop while he ran Saturday errands. "Tell Mr. Dorr to freshen your fade," he told me. "Not too short." Mr. Dorr was cutting a man's hair. Clip, clip, clip. Hair tumbled to the floor. I glanced once, then twice, at the pile around Mr. Dorr's shoes. That's when I knew exactly what I needed to do. Mr. Dorr called me to the chair. "How's your Mama been?" I didn't know what to say, so I answered, "She's coming along fine." I wanted him to hurry and cut before Papa came back. "Good," said Mr. Dorr. "Need your usual today?" "Nope." I hoped Mr. Dorr wouldn't question me too much. "Trim it all off, please." "Now, Marcus, you always get a fade." He reached for the telephone. "I better call your Mama." "No," I said. "Mama's resting. Papa dropped me off. Told me to tell you what I needed." Mr. Dorr let the phone rest. "All right, Marcus. Hope I don't get into hot water for this." I sat stock still while the trimmer hummed. Mama would have hair. She would be in the pictures and get better. Soon Mr. Dorr whirled me around the mirror. "All done, boy." I couldn't believe my eyes. I looked different, like Mama. I must have sat staring longer than I realized, because when I finally looked, the floor was clean. "Where's my hair?" I was frantic. "I need it." Mr. Dorr laughed. "You don't want your hair, Marcus. Been on the floor. I swept it in the trash with everyone else's." I burst into tears. My plan hadn't given me a single hair. I cried until Papa came. "Marcus," said Papa, "what happened?" I couldn't stop crying to answer. Mr. Dorr tried to explain. Papa pulled me close. "What's going on, son?" "Hair," I gulped. "Mama needed hair. I cut mine to give to her." I sucked in another breath, but Mr. Dorr threw it away. Now I was sobbing. Papa said goodbye to Mr. Dorr and took me home. Mama was waiting on the porch. Papa took my hand and led me to her. Tell Mama what you tried to do today. Nervously, I told her the story. She didn't say a word. Her lips were squeezed tight, and her eyes glistened like cups of water ready to spill. I'm sorry, Mama. Sorry I lost your hair. Baby, you didn't lose anything. Mama held my face between her hands. I don't need hair when I have you. But without hair, you won't get better, I said. Who will be my mama if you go away? Oh, Marcus, she said, finding me hair wouldn't make me better or worse. Though I don't like being this way, it does mean the medicine is working hard to make me stop the cancer. And the doctor says I'm making progress. Mama slipped her arm around me. But I promise I will never stop being your mama, because I'll always be with you in your heart. My love wraps itself around you and won't ever let go. No matter what, I asked. No matter what, she said. I hugged Mama so tight that those knots in my heart loosened and fell away. Soon we had a family bear hug, and I knew we would meet whatever happened down the road together. Before leaving for the park, Mama said, "Wait a minute," and ran inside the house. When she came back, she had a ghillie wrapped around her head, just like Yolanda had suggested. Now let's get some family pictures taken, she said. She was smiling. That afternoon, Midge photographed us by the Crawford River. Mama said the trees were wearing their best colors, like us. And a month later, my hair was growing back fine. 3 months later, Mama came home from the doctor with good news. The chemotherapy is working. In 6 weeks, the treatments will be done. At least for now, no more cancer. Yippee! We whooped and hollered around the house. Mama took me in her arms and rubbed the fuzz growing on my head. What do you say? Mama, try a little hair again, too. I say yes. Hair was nice to have, but not as nice as me having Mama and Mama having me. Papa says soon as the dogwood trees bloom, we were starting a new Carter tradition. Family pictures in May. Think I'll try a new hairstyle. Wonder what Mama would think of me with braids. And then there's a picture of Marcus with braids. And that's the end. I hope you enjoyed Hair for Mama by Kelly A. Tinkham.